A judge is not allowing some of the possible evidence at trial. Someone targeted and killed these three men in the span of 2 weeks in the fall of last year: Aftab Hussein, Mohammed Afzal Hussein, and Naeem Hussein.
He was a pillar of our family. It indeed a very painful time for us, and super painful for my kids. This is something has shaken us all together.
These killings shocked people in Albuquerque and across the world. The FBI was involved, and many were terrified that there would be more deaths until police arrested their lead suspect, then 51-year-old Muhammad Saeed. Investigators say Saeed planned out the murders, hunting the victims.
It's going to be a long process to heal this. This is not over yet.
More than a year later, it is still not over. In the latest development, a judge has sided with the defense, saying prosecutors cannot use any evidence from shot spotter technology. That can tell Albuquerque police that someone has fired a gun, and it can tell them where. The judge said it's because prosecutors wouldn't have an expert witness to explain how the technology works. KLB4 legal analyst Ahmad Assad is giving us perspective tonight.
If you're going to use the technology and you've been using it, I don't know why you would think you would be able to survive without having the expert that would describe the scientific methodology and the intricacies of that same technology, the fundamentals, the foundation that would survive a challenge by the defense.
Assad said that's how our criminal justice system works. Experts explain all kinds of evidence: DNA, bullets, mental health evaluations. It's routine. Just last week, Albuquerque police announced that they are asking for millions more in funding from the state legislature for their real-time crime center. That includes this shot spotter technology. The killings of the three Muslim men was one of the three cases that APD pointed to in support of that funding. A spokesperson for the prosecution says that these developments will not prevent them from taking this case to trial, saying that they have solid evidence, including bullets used in the crimes. Assad says that ballistics can be very effective, and a jury can likely understand that evidence. The second piece of evidence the judge is not going to allow is statements that the suspect made to officers. The prosecution cannot use whatever Saeed said to them after his arrest. The judge agreed that officers violated Saeed's rights by not telling him he had the right to a free court-appointed attorney.
It is somewhat surprising, quite frankly, that as much high publicity case this was, and how much it essentially struck fear in the heart of all Albuquerqueans. You would have thought that some of the details, like reading the complete Miranda warnings, was essentially pro forma. I mean, this was fundamental.
So we don't know what Saeed said to Albuquerque police, but Assad points out that when suspects end up admitting what they did, that can be key evidence in court.
How much does it impact the overall ability to prosecute effectively the case? We'll only know when we know the entirety of the evidence as it is presented.
Assad represented much of the Muslim community during that time when these killings were taking place, and he coordinated efforts with law enforcement. He was speaking here at a news conference. For him and for thousands of others, these court proceedings will be painful.
It sends a chilling effect in a lot of ways to the community. It really brings back a lot of concerns, and what the community went through was just tragic and was shocking.
The judge has ordered a competency evaluation for Saeed. The three murder cases are set to take place separately. The first is set to begin March 11th. Neither investigators nor prosecutors have said whether they know why Saeed allegedly killed the three men.